Hi everyone, I'm Maureen Roberts, and welcome back to the Flyers Sports Report. Let's start this week's report with the softball team. On Monday, the Flyers softball team was at Bossier. The Flyers had a great win of 39-0. Tuesday night, the girls had another great game against Green Oaks with a score of 17-0. Wednesday night, the softball team finished the season with a win against Mansfield to be district runner-up. They play again tonight at Downsville.
Okay.
Tuesday night, the baseball team played Minden, but the Flyers lost 4-2. John Shardar struck out 11, but it wasn't enough as the Flyers could only manage 4 hits. The baseball team lost against Captain Shreve 6-4 Wednesday night in the conclusion of a suspended game from last week. The Flyers have a busy day on Friday with a doubleheader against Lakeside starting at 5, and 2 games on Saturday, one against North Caddo and the other against Wally. Today, the track team is participating in the BTW relays at 4 o'clock. It's the last local meet before the regionals. John Michael Guzin tells us more.
Track season is in its home stretch. Let's see what's coming up with track this week. Today, the Loyola Flyers track team will compete in their final regular season meet before the district and regional meets at Lee Hedges Stadium. A number of athletes are looking to finish out the regular season strong and improve their standings, hoping that a strong finish will give their team the momentum they need going forwards towards making the state meet in Baton Rouge. Here's what head coach Sherrod Lewis had to say about the meet.
This week we will be running at Lee Hedges for the BTW Wesley Payne Relays or the Caddo Parish Championships. So it's all schools in Caddo Parish. So definitely will be a great test the week before district that will prepare us going into that. District is at Lakeside this year. And then following that, regionals will be at ULM. And then after that will be the outdoor state championship meet, which is hosted at LSU.
Lewis thinks that a strong finish will give their team the momentum, given that they already have the tools in the shed for success.
We've been competing against 4A and 5A schools all year in the city, so that definitely gives us the upper hand going into district once competition level gets a little bit closer to, school and team size.
The Flyers will compete in the district meet, which is slated for next Thursday, April 22nd, followed by the regional meet on April 28th and the state meet on May 7th. This has been John Michael Guzin with the Game of the Week.
If you have ever played baseball or watched a game on TV, you may know how picky baseball players are about their equipment. Wes Barlow tells us all about how Loyola's baseball boys choose their bats.
Hi everyone, I'm Wes Barlow. Have you ever been at a baseball game and wondered about the process behind how these players pick their equipment? Well, I thought the same thing. So I went around Loyola to ask some of our baseball players how they pick their bats and their gloves. And the process isn't as complicated as I thought it was.
The way I choose my bat is before I go up there, I grab my helmet, put my gloves on, and then I turn around and we have like a big old stack where all the bats are. And I'll close my eyes and I'll just feel the wind, because I got to get a feeling for it. And so I really just feel the wind and I just walk. And then once I feel a bat, that's the one I'm using. And I'm going with it. It's either that way or the highway. And if it doesn't work out, like if I don't get a hit or something, then I never use that bat again.
I pick all my gear for baseball based off the drip factor. The better looking it is what I pick.
So the other day I had to get new batting gloves because somebody named Payne Wigo decided to throw mine on top of a dugout and lose them. So yeah, I just picked the ones that I thought looked best.
I picked mine off of what looks good, what matches with the team colors, and I feel what brands I like.
The more you know. This has been Wes Barlow.
There are many great athletes here at Loyola, and sometimes a coach wants a certain athlete to play on their team if they could. Whit Davis asked 3 coaches who they would want on their team.
As we approach the end of the year, I caught up with a couple of our Loyola coaches to see who they wish played their sport but didn't.
If I could have anybody run track that doesn't right now, it would be Eli Baker, because he is at least about 6'4", 6'5", and when I walked in the gym for one basketball practice, he dunked off of a standing vertical.
So if I could have any student at Loyola that doesn't currently play basketball to play basketball, it would probably have to be Will Rayburn. I mean, have you seen him hit the no hands? It's insane. His vert, it's like 40 inches. It's ridiculous.
If I could have one student at Loyola be a part of the lacrosse team that is not already, it's a very tough question to answer because there's so many good athletes at Loyola to choose from. But I think if I had to pick one, I'd say Trey Taylor, just because there's such an open field aspect to lacrosse to where that would really spotlight his abilities. And so we'd love to have him out there.
This really has me thinking maybe I should have run track or played soccer in high school. This has been Whit Davis.
Some of the hardest competition the golf team faces is playing against each other. Instead of playing other schools, they play each other at various golf courses. The golf team is preparing for the regional competition that is set for the last week of April. The tennis teams were in action against St. Mary's. The boys team won 5-1 and the girls team won 4-3. Congratulations to Lake Bradford for being selected as the State Lacrosse Offensive Player of the Week after scoring 5 goals in one game. Tonight, the Flyer lacrosse team plays Bird at Mesmer Stadium at 6 o'clock. That's all for this week's Flyer Sports Report. See you next time.